moving on to that, we are on a road to the Batman.
Yeah, so every week leading up to the release, we're going to be talking about each of the past Batman iterations. And this week, we are on Batman Returns. So last week, we talked about Batman 89. So if you haven't, that's a separate video and also a part of the podcast video, too, last week.
Yes. So definitely give those a watch. You don't have to watch them in order because they technically really don't have... Other than the fact that this is a sequel, they don't have anything to do with each other.
Yes. So this week, Batman Returns, and next week, we'll be doing the Schumacher movies. Both of them.
Yes.
In one.
So to start off with, I don't know where I would rank this.
I don't either, honestly. It'd be I don't know. I'd have to go through them all again.
If you want me to be completely honest, and it won't shine very well on me, I think I put it just below Batman Forever.
Whoa.
I know. It's because of how much I actually loved Val Kilmer's Batman when I was a kid.
Val Kilmer would have been a great Batman if this writing was better.
Yes, 100%. But stuff happens to the point where they're still trying to get a director's cut of that today.
Yeah.
Like, I just saw an article on Variety about that today, and I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. That film's almost 20 years old?
What is it with these DC movies and people wanting director's cuts of all these DC movies?
Because Warner Brothers like to put their fingers in shit way too much.
Pause.
Why? I always get confused when you say that. So basically, we'll just start from...
Let's go over the characters in this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have Bruce Wayne, Batman.
Yes, sir.
Selena Kyle, Catwoman, is a new addition. Played by... I wanted to say Meg Ryan.
Different blonde chick.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer. For the longest time, I used to think her name was Michelle Pacifier. When I was a kid, I don't know why.
I thought you were kidding for a second.
No, I'm serious.
Hey.
Yeah.
So...
The first time we saw...
Is it weird that I thought she was related to Mackay for a long time?
Mackay Pfeiffer.
Like, I don't know why, but every time I would hear Eminem in... is it Lose Yourself?
This is not live, but there's no Mackay.
I was like, is that her cousin? And then I didn't realize that he played...
Future.
Future, yeah.
My boy Future is an Uncle Tom. Yeah. So this is the first time we've seen a serious Catwoman in a film.
Yes, because you did have the two different versions of Catwoman that you got in 1966, but they were very camp, just as the whole show was.
Yeah.
She plays... So in the beginning of the film, she plays a pushover.
Yeah. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah, very much like the secretary that, like... gets walked all over.
Yeah. Basically, Kristen Wiig and Wonder Woman 1984.
Fuck off. It's a great comparison, but God.
Yeah. She even wears glasses, too.
I feel like they stole a lot of that from this film.
Probably did. Oh, she's even a fucking cat.
Yeah, I know.
God damn.
And then she works for another character, Max Schreck. I think he's a politician.
Yeah. Christopher Walken. I can't do it. Christopher Walken with the white hair. He looks crazy. He looks like he's been electrocuted in this movie.
I really wish I could do his voice. That is such a unique cadence.
I can say certain words. Like, I can recite his monologue from Pulp Fiction. I won't do it on here because it's very racist. but I can recite that shit. I'll do it.
It's very racist.
It is. But yeah, Christopher Walken's in fucking a Batman movie. This is the only Batman movie he's in.
Yes. I can't fully remember. It's been a long time since I've seen this film. I want to say he dies at the end.
He does. Yes.
I'm pretty sure Penguin dies too.
If he doesn't, correct us in the comments.
If not...
Nicely.
So it's one or the other dies, I'm pretty sure.
Both of them die, I think.
I'm going Penguin dies, Max Schreck doesn't.
Both of them get fucking shot.
Tell us who's right and tell us who's wrong.
Yeah.
This has one scene towards the end. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
So we also have Penguin.
Yeah.
So Max Schreck pushes Selena Kyle out of a window and she becomes Catwoman. Then we have Penguin.
Yeah, and this Penguin is very odd.
And very dark.
Very dark. He has 3 fingers?
Fins?
Fins. Yeah, they're like this. With the leather gloves. It looks sexual.
He
in a
looks
way.
like a Ninja Turtle.
He does. And he has black blood.
Is it blood or is it just like an infection?
I like to think it's blood.
Because he's like spewing it out of his mouth the entire film.
Yeah.
Either way, it's
It's
rough.
fucking Danny DeVito. With the pointy nose in this one.
I wish they would have like let him play a serious version of Penguin.
It would have been cool because he's definitely, like we said before this, he's not a mob boss.
No.
He's solo, but he also, like you said, has the fucking carnival people.
Oh yeah,
Underground carnival people.
He's always gonna be an enigmatic character that can like lead a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very weird to see him lead like a sewer-bound carnival.
Yeah, you can tell Tim Burton definitely like went his own way with it.
He stuck to his style.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Penguin is very much a Tim Burton character, look-wise and everything.
Yes. Which is one, I will say this, of all characters used in the Nolan trilogy, the Penguin is the one I'm surprised they never touched.
Yeah, I don't...
It's very mob-related.
Yeah, he could have worked in the context of those movies for sure.
Yeah. Especially in The Dark Knight when all the mob stuff was going down.
Yeah.
But with that being said, while he's definitely the central bad guy of the film.
Oh yeah, he's the number one. And Catwoman to me is played more as a bad guy for the most part in this movie compared to what we're seeing so far with Zoe Kravitz's Catwoman.
Yes, it's because she's definitely drawn more towards vengeance.
Yeah, because when she got pushed out the window.
It's a cat pun. Yeah,
Pushed out the window. She's basically left for dead. But how does she come back? She just wakes up, right?
The cat's liquor.
Okay, the cat's liquor, and her whole personality changes, and she turns into this like very hardcore like.
She goes to her
douchebag.
apartment and starts eating cat food, bro.
Yeah. She's very sexy. She's very, like a female Chad, is what I would say.
Becky?
No, Becky sounds like a fucking like 70-year-old woman.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
I think Gertrude sounds like a 70-year-old woman. Not
Vicky? That sounds like a 70-year-old woman too.
That sounds more than Becky.
What's
Stephanie?
Yeah, Steph. Michelle.
Jessica
too. Well, Jessica sounds like a goofy.
Karen's like a 50s.
Karen, yeah, Karen's a Karen. We all know what a Karen is.
Stacy's
mom has got it going on.
Stacy's like Clueless era though.
Yeah, it's very like 90s like Stacey Dash.
That's exactly where my brain went.
I'd say Stephanie is pretty close, I think.
I think it's close enough.
Like, what name would you say? It's just, yeah, it irks you.
It irks you.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the word irk in a long time.
But she has a drastic change, which, yeah, that's the first time we've seen Catwoman like that.
Yes.
Like a change like that.
Also, my favorite piece of trivia from this film is the fact that, they had to vacuum seal her into that outfit every time she wore it.
I believe it.
And they went through somewhere in the realm of like 47 cat suits.
That has to be uncomfortable to wear. Just looking at it. Just
every time that they had to switch suits, it was because it broke. And they couldn't get it resealed.
Yeah, I believe it.
So she was constantly... And I'm sure that was fucking uncomfortable.
It is a cool looking suit.
It's dope.
It's very Tim Burton.
It's so Tim Burton. It reminds me of... somewhat Edward Scissorhands, but also Frankenweenie.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because of like the stitching. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I'm not saying she didn't look good in it. It was,
hell yeah, boy.
But she's the reason I fell in love with that film when I was a kid.
Understandably so.
Yeah.
Bruce Wayne Batman really hasn't made a change in this one from the last one.
No, and his character doesn't change a whole lot through the film.
No.
He's very much a backseat driver in this one.
Yeah.
which is I think one of the reasons why it kind of falls down on my ladder.
Okay. He kills a lot of people in this one.
The bomb down the clown's pants.
And the lighting the fucking
beginning.
clown on fire with the fucking exhaust from the Batmobile.
Fuck.
You like how he fucking? I think he like smiles, smirks before he kicks that clown down the fucking. and his grin looks so fucking sus in the suit.
Oh shit. Commissioner Gordon and Alfred are still in this film, but they're nothing characters.
Still doing nothing.
Yeah.
Still just being there.
Still no Robin.
Yep. Unfortunately, the only time we see Robin in live action films are jokes, but we'll get to that next week.
Other than that,
those are only characters, really.
yeah.
Oh, you see Penguin's parents at the beginning when they fucking dispose of him.
Paul Rubin.
Yeah.
We got Pee Wee Herman as something Cobblepot. I don't know.
Rightfully so. It makes sense too with Tim Burton.
He actually came back and played that character in Gotham.
Yeah.
I was surprised he played Penguin's dad a second time. I was like, that is a fucking pull from a hat if I ever saw one.
Can you do a Pee Wee Herman voice?
No, not off the top of my head.
In my head, I can do it.
I
but
can
I'm
do
not
it in my
gonna
head
do
too.
it.
I've heard it a million times, but I'm like, well, and it's so hard because he switches his like cadence with every like third word.
Yeah, it's very odd.
It's
It's disturbing to me.
He wants. We talked about this like 2 years ago. He wants to play a hardcore version of Pee Wee.
Oh, yeah.
That was fucking forever ago.
What we talked? Yeah.
Yeah, it was in my old garage with me, you, Nate, and Justice.
Yeah, that was 2 years ago.
That's fucking wild. Pre-pandemic.
I thought it was mid-pandemic. Or like beginning of pandemic.
I've lost track of time.
Yeah, these past 2 years have been like a fucking blur.
Yeah.
It's like I've been on drugs without being on drugs.
I wish. No,
Yeah.
I'm not big on drugs.
I'm not big on drugs, but I don't know.
Not for me.
This movie is drugs.
Dude, this would be a terrifying film to watch if you were on a
DMT?
mind-altering substance. Oh my god, you went in a completely different. I was thinking mushrooms or acid,
That too.
of which I've never done either. But
I haven't either.
based off of the things I've been told, that'd be nightmare fuel.
I feel like the fucking Schumacher movies would be worse to watch on fucking acid.
See, I feel like because of the colors, I feel like it would be more welcoming.
That's what you'd think.
But like the darkness constantly in the Tim Burton ones.
Yeah, especially this one.
Yeah.
This is way darker. Like you said, this is the reason why they lost a bunch of like
I can
deals with
imagine.
companies.
Yeah, with McDonald's.
Yeah.
I can imagine the first time if you're like on acid or mushrooms and you see the black goo spitting out of Danny DeVito's face.
Like,
I'd be like, that would be fucking awful.
fuck yeah.
We do need to figure out a way one day, once this actually makes it, like once this podcast blows up, to not cuss so much so we can make some money.
You can make money cussing as much as we do. I know
Because
plenty
of
of podcasts
because
that do.
of our sponsors at Manscaped.
Oh yeah. I've listened to podcasts where they cuss more than us and they make money.
We just got to make sure we got them sponsors.
Sponsors. Yeah, if anybody wants
baby.
to sponsor us, I don't know if anybody's hearing this, but
ThwakJak@gmail.com, baby.
we could even go to Mile High Comics and tell them, hey, we have a podcast about this shit. Can you sponsor us? Can we advertise our stuff there?
Live show.
Live show. That'd be sick.
That'd be fucking sick as shit.
Fuck yeah. But we could definitely go there and ask them if we can advertise
Yeah.
ours. Like, we can put flyers and shit up there.
Even if we have to pay
Yeah.
like $100 or something.
Yeah. We can go to the other comic store, too. The one on next to Guitar Center.
Yes. Hero headquarters
Yeah,
on
we can go
88th and 88th and Sheridan.
92nd. 92nd. It's on those streets. Yeah, it's in these streets.
It's on
I'm
Sheridan.
in these streets.
Because 92nd is where the Walmart's at.
Yeah.
And the Best Buy.
Yeah.
Where we got yelled at for wearing masks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fucking dogs.
Anything special about this film that you specifically remember?
The main thing I remember is Penguin biting that dude's nose. And the blood's like Spraying out.
I love it when that dude kidnaps the baby.
Yeah.
And he does the backflip into the sewers.
That's Doug Jones.
What?
That's Doug Jones.
Oh, the dude who plays
Abe Sapien.
Yeah. Okay.
And all the other creatures in
Benicio. No, Benicio del
Not
Toro. You were gonna say it too.
I know. Guillermo Del Toro.
We were close.
The different Del Toro. Right? Yeah, they're both Del Toro. But one's Mexican, one's Puerto Rican.
No relation?
No, but one's Puerto Rican, one's Mexican.
So they probably want to kill each other then.
Yeah.
Mexicans and Puerto Ricans hate each other.
But if you saw Guillermo Del Toro without hearing him talk, you'd think he's white.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't.
It's because you already know he's not. So.
I have heard him talk way too many times. Yeah. I don't. He strikes me as Hispanic.
He's Mexican.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I have friends that are lighter than you that were born in Mexico. So
yeah, I know plenty. A lot of people from Chihuahua are blonde hair, blue eyed people.
My friend Noe, he's from Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he was born in Chihuahua, but he grew up in Juarez.
Juarez.
Yeah, he gets mad at me when I say Juarez.
Like the fucking principal in Napoleon Dynamite.
See, when I think of the reason I say it Juarez is because I remember watching Walk the Line, and that's how Johnny Cash says Juarez, and that and Call of Juarez.
Yeah,
the video game back when we were kids.
Oh yeah, I remember that. You remember the scene in Napoleon Dynamite? I don't know how they do things down in Juarez, but
see, that almost sounds like a line that would come out of a Quentin Tarantino film more.
Oh yeah,
like
if he made a Zorro movie, it would be in there.
Like if it was a Western film.
Yeah,
like I could see that.
I could see Kurt Russell saying it.
Yes.
But what do you think? Well, tell us what the story is, what the storyline is in this movie.
So, Max Shrek. Okay, so
my swamp.
Essentially, the very first shot we get is when the Cobblepots throw their kid down the river, basically in his bassinet.
Yes,
and he's raised by penguins and sewer people.
Yep, and we jump to 33 years later, but he looks like 50.
Yes, and so the basic plot is that Max Shrek is a politician who's into some shady shit,
as they all are.
Yes, and Selena Kyle overhears him doing said shady shit and throws her out a window. Cat's liquor. She revives. She has 9 more lives. Or 8 more lives, I guess, technically.
8. You think... Wait. She doesn't get the 9 lives until she gets licked by the cat, technically.
Yeah, basically. So, so she has 9 lives.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. Either way. Then, Penguin... I believe Penguin comes up from the sewers, tries to basically like reclaim his fortune from his parents, and then he finds out they pretty much squandered it. But because he is such an attraction is probably the best word I can think to say. He's very much caught up in the media because they're amazed by the fact that this man survived 33 years from being a child till...
He's kind of like a carnival freak.
Yeah. But they're amazed, so he's in the spotlight a lot. And then Max Shrek basically approaches him to run for some sort of office or something. Like, this is a very dumbed-down version, and I'm probably wrong in certain situations. But they kind of go into business together, and they're both basically setting up to double-cross each other.
Yeah.
And Batman is basically just caught in the middle of it and tries to stop everything. The ending basically comes with Penguin convincing Catwoman that they're working together to take down Max Shrek, where...
Because she wants revenge on him.
Yes, but Penguin is more interested in working with Max Shrek, it seems like, There's a lot of backstabbing.
Yeah.
And then Batman comes in and tries to talk her down.
Yeah.
She does kill him by using a taser on his tongue.
That's what on Penguin.
On
Max Shrek.
Yeah. So he's dead.
Christopher Walken.
That was closer. So yeah, that's honestly basically the gist of the film.
Cool. I would say the story is not as intriguing as 89.
No, not nearly.
No.
That had a lot more going for it, though, especially because they did make Joker the person who killed his parents.
Yeah.
So like that added a
There's
little
more depth to it.
Yeah.
This one, Batman is, like you said, kind of like taking the backseat and kind of just like trying to diffuse shit
Yeah.
while setting people on fire.
I don't even really feel like he does that much detective work in this film.
I don't think he did detective work really in the first one.
No, but like if there was anything for him to do in this film,
It would have been detective.
yeah, like it would have made the most sense.
Yeah.
Instead of him just being a C character in his film.
Yeah.
Like literally you have all three of these villains that have more screen time, it feels like. Like I memorize more of their screen time than I remember anything with Michael Keaton in that film.
Yeah, it should have been called Batman Returns to Stand Around.
Like pretty much like hands in pocket guy.
Yeah.
That's all he does. And so the thing I was going to say that irritated me with the ending of this film
Yeah.
is when he tears off his cowl and it
yeah.
rips like rubber.
It looks like
And I was
rubber.
I mean, it is rubber, but it's like you're ruining the illusion. Like, what the fuck does the mask
It's not
do?
supposed to be rubber.
Yeah, like you can shoot through rubber, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's not gonna do shit. It's one of my favorite reasons, or my favorite things from Batman vs Superman, is the fact that like the cowl is armored.
Yeah, and even in this new one, the cowl is armored too.
Yes.
Because you can see a bullet,
Yeah.
like fucking thing on it.
Well, and like that's why that scene in the warehouse is like perfect in BVS, because he literally gets shot in the head, and you can tell it stuns him.
It's like ding ding.
But he's like, it pisses him off at the same time.
And then he
just
gets
keeps
stabbed.
going. Yeah. He's a fucking metal Batman, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
and he grunts a lot. He's like,
oh, that's wicked hard. No. He's a Bostonian Batman.
I'd love to see a fucking Boston Batman.
Boston Batman.
Yeah. Give me a line. You want to get you want to get wicked nuts? Is that
I'm vengeance.
I'm vengeance. I'm fucking vengeance.
You're fucking vengeance. Oh, Jesus. I'm trying to really think of like what you could do with Batman that wouldn't sound.
It's not just a light. No, it's not just a signal. It's a warning. Now, warning.
warning.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do. Alfred.
If it was Boston, they wouldn't even call him Alfred. They call him Al.
Hey, Al.
Hey, Al.
Why don't you fuck my sister?
Hey, Al, where's the meatloaf?
Al. But yeah,
Like, we just completely went off the rails on Batman, but
yeah, because if you think about it, there's really not a whole lot to talk about in this movie.
no, because it is. This is why, like,
Maybe this is going down. The more we talk about it, it's starting to go down my list.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I still don't think I'd put it below Batman and Robin, but
No, you can't. That has to be the worst.
yeah, that's why I think Forever is just above it. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand your opinion. But he actually had shit to do in that film. I did think it was weird that he adopted a 30-year-old man, but, you know.
I have nowhere else to go.
I'm like,
Rubber lips are immune to your charm. Charm.
that's Batman and Robin. That's
I know.
That's
It's
no
just
beef on
like my
Forever.
favorite line of all time.
The fact that he still has a career is kind of interesting.
I know, in
NCIS LA.
NCIS LA with LL Cool J.
And homeboy from, remember that movie Fired Up?
No.
What? The cheerleading movie? Fucking hilarious.
I remember Bring It On.
Not that cheerleading movie.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a cheerleading movie where these two dudes are football players, and instead of going to football camp for the summer, they go to cheerleading camp to pick
Brokeback
up on
Mountain.
girls. No, they go to pick up on girls,
Okay.
and they end up falling in love with girls at the cheer camp. It's fucking funny, but I'm trying to think. Dumb and Dumber, the prequel movie.
When Harry met Lloyd.
He's the one who plays Jim Carrey's character.
Oh, shit.
He's also at NCIS LA and in that Fired Up.
Didn't
film.
Matt Damon play in a Dumb and Dumber movie?
No.
Oh, that's
Stuck
that other.
on You.
Yeah, Stuck on You.
Yeah, they're Siamese twins.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not the best choice.
it's so weird to see him in shit like that, and then he has all these like artsy films.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird.
One movie I do want to watch of his is Downsizing.
I don't. It's too pretentious to me.
I can see that, but it has like more to work with than a lot of the shit he's done recently.
Right.
Other than The Martian, I get people love that film.
I hate that fucking movie.
I didn't watch it. I'm just saying.
He grows a potato with his shit.
I remember hearing about it. With that being said, do we have anything else for this episode?
I don't. What would you score this movie? Or rate this movie? Or, yeah, score. Rate. 1 out of 10. Wait, out of 10. What?
You made that so much more complicated than it needed to be.
That's what she said.
Yes. 4.
4.
With the way we're thinking about it. If I'm talking about like right after I watched it, probably give it a 6. But right now, just based off memory, it's a 4.
4? I'll give this movie a 6. I'll go 6.
Okay, that's fair.
A 6 to a light 7. No. A 5 to a light 6. No.
Okay.
A 4 yeah. A 5 to a light 6, I'd give it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
And like I said, it's not that I don't like this film. It's just, it's the least Batman-y film a Batman film has been made about.
That's a bold statement.
Is it false?
I don't know.
You do know. We've seen all of them.
No, it's not. It's not a false statement.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because like every Batman film in my head, especially now, is dropping because of how excited I am.
That, yeah. And
I could
Dark
say,
Knight is Dark Knight.
I could honestly almost sit here and talk shit about that right now because of how excited I am about the Batman. Like,
Okay.
I have fucking blinders on at the moment. Like, I can't see. I want to move past all of this fucking month. Like, just at least make it to where I only have 3 days to wait. And
That's going to be horrible. The week of is going to be horrible. The day of is going to be horrible.
I'm taking the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th off. I need rehab time.
How many times are you going to pregame before the movie? Like, you know what I mean, pregame.
Are you talking about jerking off?
Yeah. I might do it 3 times before we go to the movie.
I'm gonna not jerk off until after the film.
Okay.
Because then I'll have some fuel to jerk off too.